What's up, yogis? Thanks for tuning in to Tina Dhyana Yoga. Today I have a nourishing and calming evening flow for you, incorporating Moon Salutations, Chandra Namaskar, to help awaken that moon, yin, feminine energy that lives within all of us, located both at the left side and also the back side of our bodies. So to start, find a comfortable seat. Bring your palms to press here in a prayer, Anjali Mudra, and then bring your thumbs literally to touch down at your heart center. So right on your sternum there. Close your physical eyes. See if you can soften the shoulders back and down a bit, and then lifting the sternum sort of in towards your thumbs. See if you can drop into your breath. Just noticing each breath in, each breath out. See if you can find a little softness between the eyebrows, a little space between the teeth. We'll seal in our time together singing Om Ma, which is a mantra that helps to awaken that moon yin energy, so that we can prepare ourselves for rest. Take a deep breath in. Om Drop the chin gently in towards the chest. And then flutter your eyes open. We'll begin in child's pose together, Balasana. So bringing your knees pretty wide. Give yourself some space. And then gently rock your seat back towards your heels. Drop your forehead. Let your elbows soften down towards the ground. With a breath out, let your sit bones soften even more towards your heels. Just feeling into release here, maybe even a little roll of your forehead along your mat. Just sort of like this releasing your day down into the ground. And find some deep, nourishing breaths here, even a little ujjayi, soft whisper in the back of the throat, letting your breath become a little bit more audible. Like the sound of the ocean. And let your next breath in be really slow, really deep, really full, filling your lungs, rib cage expands. And then open your mouth, empty it out. 2 more like that. Deep breath in through the nose. And a sigh. Last one, deep breath in. And pour it out. This time as you breathe in, rise up really soft like into all fours. So organizing your joints here, so shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Plant the tops of your toes into the ground, spread your palms wide, and then feel the sensation of almost pressing lightly into the earth, finding a little lift up and away. From here, we're going to roll through some cat-cows. So breathing in, let your belly drop. Let your shoulders peel back. Look up, lifting your tail. Breathe out, softly drag the belly up and in. Let your chin move in towards your chest as you press your fingertips into the ground, rounding the spine. Moving slow, breathe in, drop the belly, arch the spine, cow. Press the tops of the feet into the ground. And then breathe out, drag the belly up and in. Dome the spine, hollow out for your cat. We're going to add on here, breathing in, drop the belly, look up. Breathe out, round the spine, cat. Breathe in, drop the seat back to the heels, forehead to the earth, elbows down, child's pose. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, rise up right into your cow. Drop your belly, look up. Breathe out gently from the belly, dome the spine, press into the earth. Breathe in to drop back, child's pose. Stay for the breath out. Inhale, rise up into cow. Peel the heart forward. Exhale, hollow out through the belly. Lift the spine, opening that shadow side. Breathe in, child's pose. Breathe out, stay. A few more, breathe in. Rise up, drop the belly, look up. Breathe out, dome. Breathe in, child's pose. Breathe out right here. Breathe in, rise up, drop the belly, look up. Breathe out, dome the spine, widen the space between the shoulder blades. Breathe in, child's pose. Stay for the breath out. One more, breathe in, rise up, drop the belly, look up. Breathe out, dome the spine. Breathe in, child's. Breathe out. This time as you breathe in, rising up back into that cow shape, drop the belly, peel the shoulders back. As you breathe out, tuck the toes, lift your hips up and back for a soft downward facing dog. So you can pedal it out, walk it out here for a moment. Bend one knee and then the other. So finding a nice comfortable distance here between your hands and your feet so that you're not feeling so tight up into yourself or so strained, right? So finding nice distance there. Spread your palms wide, fingertips root into the earth. And then see if you can drop your heels here for a moment. Flare and lift your toes up off of the earth. Finding a little scoop of the tail underneath you, a drawing of the belly in, and then wrapping the shoulders into their sockets. So finding even a slight cat sensation here, widening and opening through the sacrum and through the shoulder blades. You can let your toes soften down, let your chin move in towards your chest, just letting your head drop here. Downward facing dog is technically an inversion, right? So the head below the heart and the hips is incredibly nourishing for the mind, right? To calm the mind, calm the thoughts as we prepare ourselves for nighttime, right? For rest. And begin to gently walk your hands back. Take it real easy. Hands back towards your feet. Coming into a soft forward fold, you can bend your knees a little bit, maybe a lot of it. And then in fact, let's bend the knees quite a bit. And then see if you can grab opposite elbows here. Let your crown drop towards your forearms. Let your chin move in towards your chest. Feel all four corners of your feet rooted in the earth. And it's almost like you're creating a little support here, right, to rest your ribs on your thighs so that your head can soften and release even more. And keep your knees pretty bent here. Let your arms dangle. Release.
Head super heavy, arms super heavy, feet steady as you slowly roll yourself up. Vertebra by vertebra. Your head is the last thing to lift. So organizing head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Flip your palms to face forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes here for a moment if they're not already closed. Find all four corners of your feet on the earth, a little scoop of the tail underneath you, and then a peeling back of your shoulders, a little lift of your sternum. So proud mountain, proud warrior stance. And from here, you can flutter your eyes open. You're going to take a quarter turn to the right. So you'll be facing towards the right side of your mat. Feet hips width distance. Right here, we're going to go for 2 rounds of Moon Salutations, Chandra Namaskar. We'll go a little bit slower for the first round, and then the second round will be a little bit more dynamic, but still pretty slow and pretty nurturing. Okay, so starting in mountain pose. On the breath in, you'll circle the arms by the ears, hook the thumbs right here, let your other fingers flare open wide. And as you breathe in, lift your heels, balance on the balls of the feet, lift your eyes. See if you can reach your fingertips up and out, lengthening the arms, even reaching the arms slightly back. On your next breath out, slowly, lightly drop the heels. Breathe in to reach up. As you breathe out, side bend to the left. Stay anchored through the outer edge of your right foot. Lean back into your right shoulder, and then a little pop of your right hip out to the right as you side bend to the left. Breathe in to come back to center. Find that reach up. And then breathe out, side bend it to the right. Anchored outer edge of left foot as you lean back into your left shoulder. Left hip moves out to the left. Reach through the fingertips. Breathe in to come to center. And then reach your left knee in towards your chest. It's almost like a little circle of your left knee out as you step it out wide. A little fun moment there into goddess pose. Cactus your arms. Think knees widening out. Drop your seat as much as you can, and then let your thumb and your index finger meet here. Yana Mudra, this gesture of inner wisdom. See if you can widen your elbows back in space, creating more openness across the collarbones. Breathe in to lengthen your legs. Tee your arms out to the side. This is star pose. Turn both of your toes to the left. Left toes facing directly to the left. Your right toes about 45 degrees in. Drag your left hip underneath you. Reach forward and down as you breathe out for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Roll your left shoulder back. Think about reaching your right hip forward, your right shoulder back as you also spin that left shoulder open. On a breath in, right arm reaches over right ear. Breathe out, square the chest and the shoulders over your left leg, maybe a little widening of the left foot out to the left. Left hip draws back and in as you fold for Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Think forehead towards the shin. By all means, that might not be happening, but that's the direction we're headed. Keep squaring off the hips. Keep it breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Next breath in, spin your back heel up, drop your back knee as you breathe out, untuck your back toes. Breathe in, circle the arms open wide into Crescent Moon, Anjaneyasana. Hook your thumbs. You can let the tail scoop under, tilt the weight forward into your front foot. Breathe in, peel your heart open. Breathe out, palms to frame your front foot. Stay with me for this one. You're going to tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, begin to pivot all the way so that your right toes face up towards the sky, left toes come in a bit for Skandasana. So see if you can lift your pelvic floor a bit, so creating a little lift up out of the shape. If you can drop your left heel, that's awesome. If it's not happening, you can keep the left heel lifted. You might even find enough pelvic floor lift, Mula Bandha, that you can bring your palms to press by your heart. Keep your right toes up towards the sky. And then palms to the ground. Skandasana over to the right. Lift your left toes. Feel into that pelvic floor lift. Maybe palms, by the heart, play with the balance. Palms to the earth. Pivot into low lunge to the back of your mat. Drop your back knee, untuck your back toes. Breathe in, circle your arms out wide. Hook your thumbs. Maybe a little arch through the spine. Breathe out, palms to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Pivot your back heel down as you lengthen your right leg, spinning your right hip back and in, and then breathing out to fold, pyramid pose, forehead towards the shin. On the breath in, right palm lightly to right shin as you reach your left fingertips up to the sky. Triangle pose right here. Scoop the right hip underneath you. Right shoulder peels back as you create more space through the right side waist. Breathe in to rise up, teeing the arms. Goddess pose to center. Find Dhyana Mudra. Sit a little bit lower. And then you'll hop, really fun moment again, hop your right foot to meet your left. Tadasana. So that's half around. We're going to take this the other half of the way. Breathe in, hook the thumbs up above the head, lift the heels. Balance on the balls of the feet. Breathe out, drop the heels. Breathe in, reach up and over to the right, side bend. Breathe in, come back to center, reach up. Breathe out over to the left. Breathe in, back to center. Lift your right knee up, widen it out like a circle almost as you come into Goddess pose. Dhyana Mudra. Sit low. Breathe in, lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms, star pose. Both of your toes pivot off to the right, lengthening the right leg. Scoop your hips back as you reach forward and down, Trikonasana. Triangle pose, right shoulder peels back. The more you drag the right hip back in space, the more length you can find through the right side ribs. Left arm over left ear as you breathe in. Breathe out, square the chest. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Right hip moves back, left hip moves forward. Let your spine round a bit. Let your head seriously drop, right? Breathe in, lift your back heel. Drop your back knee, untuck your back toes as you breathe out. Breathe in, circle it up. Hook the thumbs, Anjaneyasana. Crescent Moon. Breathe out, palms to the earth. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. The right leg stays bent as you pivot. It's like a halfway pivot so that your left toes are facing up towards the sky. Skandasana. Find that pelvic floor lift, which will help support you. A little length through the spine, either fingertips on the ground or palms pressed. Take your Skandasana over to the left, bending the left knee, lifting the right toes, maybe some cracks in the joints. Stay with it. Fingertips to the earth, pivot, low lunge to the left. Drop your back knee, untuck your back toes, breathe in. Anjaneyasana. Breathe out, palms to the earth. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knees. You breathe in, breathe out, drop your back heel, lengthen your front leg, and fold. Breathe in, left palm softly, left shin as you peel your collarbone and your chest open. Right fingertips to the sky. Rise up, tee the arms. Goddess pose right here. And then hop it over to the right, Tadasana. We're right back where we started. Take a deep breath in. And then open your mouth, pour it out. Okay, second round, we'll make it a little bit more dynamic. Breathe in, circle the arms, hook the thumbs, lift the heels. Breathe out, drop the heels to the earth. Breathe in, reach up and over to the left. Breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out over to the right. Breathe in, back to center. Left knee lifts, left foot wide. Goddess pose. Breathe in, lengthen the legs, tee the arms, star pose. Both toes to the left, scoop the hips back as you come into Trikonasana. Shoulder blades kiss along the back. Breathe in, right arm over right ear. Breathe out, pyramid pose. Square off the hips, forehead towards the shin. Breathe in, lift your back heel. Drop your back knee as you breathe out, untuck the back toes. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Breathe out, palms to the earth. Breathe in, lift your back heel. Lift your back knee, Skandasana, bending the left knee, lift your right toes towards the sky. Right over to Skandasana to the right knee bends, left toes lift. Low lunge to the right. Drop your back knee, untuck the toes, breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Breathe out, palms to the earth. Lift your back knee, breathe in, breathe out, drop your back heel, lengthen your front leg, fold for pyramid. Breathe in, right palm, right shin, left fingertips peel you open into triangle pose. Rise up on the breath in, goddess pose. And then breathe out, bring it on over to the left, Tadasana. Breathe in, circle, arms by the ears, hook the thumbs, lift your heels. Breathe out, drop the heels on down. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, reach over to the right. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, reach over to the left. Breathe in, reach up. Lift your right knee in towards your chest. Widen it, step it out into goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Breathe in, star pose. Both toes to the right, drag the hips back, reach forward and down, triangle pose. Breathe in, left arm over left ear. Breathe out, square it off, pyramid. Breathe in, lift your back heel. Breathe out, drop your back knee, untuck the toes. Breathe in, Crescent Moon. Breathe out, palms frame your front foot. Lift your back knee, Skandasana, right knee bent, left toes lifts. Skandasana to the left, left knee bends, right toes lifts. And then take it on into a low lunge to the left, drop your back knee, breathe in. Anjaneyasana, look up. Breathe out, palms to the earth. Lift your back knee, pivot your back heel down, lengthen the front leg. Breathe out, pyramid. Breathe in, left palm on left shin. Right arm opens you up, triangle. Breathe in to rise up. Finding goddess pose right here. And then stepping left foot to meet the right, Tadasana. And take a moment in your Tadasana to let all of that begin to integrate. And then you'll take a quarter turn to your left. We're right back where we started, back of the mat. Breathe in, circle the arms up by the ears, hook your thumbs. You might take it into a little bit more of a back bend here as you let the weight shift forward towards the toes, the hips move forward as you lift and peel the heart open towards the sky. This time as you breathe out, circle the arms back behind you, interlace the hands. Let your belly soften towards the thighs, let your crown drop towards the earth. Feel the heaviness of your arms here, the knuckles reaching forward and down. Nice little opening for your shoulders. Also for the backs of the legs, right? That shadow side. Maybe a horse breath. Releasing the arms to dangle. Walking your hands forward into downward facing dog. And then dropping your knees wide to the earth, child's pose. Let your forehead soften, let your elbows soften. And this time keep the head super heavy as you slowly roll up to seated Virasana here. Your seat on your heels, your shoulders over your hips, your head over your shoulders. From here, sweep your arms up by your ears as you lift your seat from your heels, so rising up on your shins. Stepping your right foot forward and a little bit wide. Hook your thumbs. Breathe in here, finding another crescent moon shape, maybe a little bit deeper. And then as you breathe out, release both of your palms inside your right foot for lizard pose. So you might even wiggle that left leg a tad further behind you. You can either stay on your fingertips, right? Or maybe flatten the palms towards the earth. And then if you're getting the green light and it's feeling okay to sink deeper into the hips, maybe even forearms to the earth, you can bring your palms to press. Bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders if you're going here. Wrapping your shoulders back and in. And then you can let your head drop. Oh my goodness. Gently bringing the right knee back over your right ankle. Lift your head. You'll reverse yourself out of it. So arms long again. And then right here, keep your left palm where it is. We're going to play with turning both of our toes to face the right side. So it'll be a toe heel of your right foot out to the right and then rolling onto the outer edge of your left foot. Drop your left hip, so right on the side of your left hip there. Left palm can even come forward a bit as to not crunch in so much into your left shoulder. And then take a moment here to reach your right fingertips towards the back of your mat. You want to be right on the side of your left hip. You might even again flex your right foot, maybe a little rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot. And then from here, let your right forearm just soften on your right thigh, right palm to your right knee. Let the right shoulder soften back, left shoulder soften back. Close your eyes. I know this one can be pretty intense, right? So coming back to that ujjayi, warrior's breath. And then gently bring yourself back to center. Coming back onto the right foot. Lift your left hip. Step it back. Downward facing dog here for a moment. You can pedal it out. Feel the difference between your legs, your hips. Breathing in to come forward just for a moment, shoulders over wrists, and then breathe out, drop your knees, child's pose. Breathe in, vertebra by vertebra, roll yourself up to Virasana, hero's pose. As you swing your arms by your ears, lift your seat, and then step your left foot forward and out towards the left top corner of your mat. Hook your thumbs, breathe in, reach up, maybe back as your left knee moves forward. And then breathe out, palms inside your left foot. You might lengthen yourself out of it. And then playing with your arm variations on this side, right? So might be very different sensations on the left side. So seeing if you can stay receptive, right? Open, listening. These are all qualities of our yin side, right? Letting there be this nurturing aspect, this dialogue with the front of the right thigh, the outside of the left hip. A little press of your elbows into the earth, letting your head drop if you haven't already. Seeing if you can breathe in and out through the nose to calm the nervous system. Right? So even in moments where things can feel a little crazy for you, right? And breathing in and out through the nose. And the more we slow down and calm the breath and calm the body, naturally we begin to calm the mind. Everything's so beautifully connected. Gently reversing yourself out. Plant your palms. From here, flexing the right foot a bit. You can roll over onto the outer edge of that left foot. And then begin to take it all the way, toes to face the left, turning onto the outer edge of your right foot. Before you get down there all the way, bring your right hand forward a bit. So give yourself some space. If you feel still crunched up, walk your left foot back a bit. And then find that reach, still that length through your bottom leg. You're on the side of your right hip. And then take a moment to reach back through your left fingertips. Roll your right shoulder back. The more you press your right palm into the earth, the more stretch and feels you'll get through the outer right hip, right waist. And then you can let your left forearm soften on your left thigh, left palm, left knee. Keep your shoulders dropping back and down away from the ears. Find softness where you can. So there's equal work, sthiram, equal ease, sukham. In all these poses, we're finding the place where we can pause, maintain, and breathe. Really feel into it. Softly reversing your way out. Left palm to the ground, lift your right hip. Step it back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift the heels. Find that rounding of the spine as you come forward into plank. And then drop the knees. Child's pose as you breathe out. Breathe in to roll yourself on up, seated hero's pose. This time rolling over onto your left hip. A little left side action, right? Our moon side. As you bring the feet in front of you. You can bring your seat to the center of your mat. Feet hips width, And then take a moment here. We're going to find a soft way down to lie on our back. So one forearm and then the other forearm. And then go ahead and drop your back to the loving earth. You can take a moment here. Bring your heels in a little bit closer. You can swing the knees side to side. Coming into reclined half pigeon from here, flex your right foot on top of your left thigh. Begin to widen the right knee out to the right. You can bring your right palm to your right inner thigh, left palm to the front of your left thigh. Find a little scooping of the tail underneath you, even right here. And then either stay or you can lift your left foot, interlacing either underneath the left thigh or at your left shin. Keep your right foot flexed no matter what. Soften your shoulders, especially that left shoulder. Let your chin move in towards your chest. And breathe. You can rock it a bit, side to side. See what your right hip has to say. And then releasing the interlace, left foot to the earth. Stay with me. You're going to bring your arms by your sides, palms down. Wiggle your hips a lot to the right. And then from here, you can begin to drop the sole of your right foot down. So it's a sort of a hybrid supine twist and a reclined half pigeon. You can cactus your arms here, tee them out. And then gently bring it back to center, even out your sacrum, your hips. And then drop your right foot back to the earth. Switch it out. Flex your left foot on top of your right thigh. Pause here for a moment. Left palm, left inner thigh, right palm, front of your right thigh. Soften the shoulders, chin draws in. Think about lightly pressing that left thigh away from you with the heel of your left hand. And then either choose to stay or lift your right foot, interlacing wherever you choose. Keep left foot flexed. Keep that evenness through the hips on the ground, the evenness through the shoulders, so that we're really just working right into that left hip. An isolation of the work right there. And gently dropping the right foot back on the ground, arms long, palms face down. Wiggle the hips a lot to the left so that as you roll over to the right side, it's really directly onto the side of the right hip, just like we were doing in that funky, I don't even know what to call it, lizard hip opener. It's like a cross between lizard and side plank. And keep that left foot flexed. And let your arms get expansive. And breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Cycle, just like these ocean waves roaring in and roaring out, roaring in. Really calming. And gently bring it back to center. Even yourself out. Left foot on the ground for a moment and then hug both of your knees in towards your chest. Let your knees be wide, sort of like that wide-kneed child's pose. You can rock it side to side for a moment. And then bring soles of the feet to touch. Interlace your hands around the outer edges of your feet. So it's like a little bit of a floating reclined Baddha. See if you can root your tail down, soften the shoulders down as much as you can, and then press the outer edges of your feet into your interlaced hands. There's a really strong interlace there to keep you supported. You might stay here, you might play for a moment, lifting the head and the chest, trying to bring the forehead towards the toes. Might not happen. That's cool, right? Let your elbows bend a lot. Just playing with it. From here, gently drop the head and the chest. You might keep your feet touching as you drop the outer edges of the feet to the earth for a reclined Baddha, only if it's safe and okay for your knees and your thighs. Right? If it's not okay, you can keep your legs long for final Shavasana. So this is our final resting. If you are in that reclined Baddha, your palms can gently rest on your inner thighs. Take a moment to wiggle the shoulders down away from the ears. Let your entire backside of your body begin to melt down into the earth, even the shoulder blades. And right here, totally letting go of any control of your breath, just letting your breath be natural and light. I invite you to stay in this final resting for as long as you can. Whenever it's time for you to come out of Shavasana, if you are in that reclined Baddha, palms outside the thighs, and then let your palms assist you as you bring your knees to touch, soles of feet to the ground. From here, rolling over to your left side, moon side, come into fetal position. Take a moment to soak it all up. To feel any shifts in your body and mind from when you started. On your next breath in, gently, really softly, lifting yourself up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes soft, palms pressed at your heart center. Closing our time together with one Om Ma. Take a deep breath in. Om Ma. Namaste, yogis.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Tina Dhyana Yoga. If you are enjoying these practices, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and support us by hitting the little red subscribe button. And I'll see you again soon. Happy resting, happy sleep.